Well, there you are, having a good time, or not, and the phone rings, and it's not your mother or your ex, something worse. It's a telemarketer. And, they seem to fall into three groups. First of all, the overtly criminal, they do sound like they just got out of jail. Or they're that fast-talking, really rapacious bulldog sales types. Boy, the contractors are the worst. Or three, they sound like they're little old ladies who've been duped and ripped off, thinking they're going to make a living calling people and say, "Hi, how are you doing?" Watch it. Now, they fall into two groups. They're either recordings, which we're going to use the number 1 to report them later, or voice live people, or at least they seem they're live. Sometimes they're not, and we're going to use the number 2 to report them later. For the recordings, and I'm speaking from personal experience, and it certainly can differ in your case, especially if you're retired, selling a home, medical condition, I don't know, buying a car, registered for something like a silly warranty. There's the Rachel or some other girl's name at Credit Card Services. Must have got that 100 times. Good luck on getting those to stop. And then there's the home security systems. Often they have a simulated voice. Sounds like it's real, but it's a computer. And you go, "Are you real?" And the computer goes, "Yes, I am real." And notice the irony. They're breaking the law, especially if it's interstate with a recording, to sell you a security system. Then there's the Visa MasterCard Award Center. Well, first of all, you probably noticed that Visa and MasterCard don't work together with anything. And these are rapacious. These are well-known fraud. They're trying to get a hold of your data just for fraudulent purposes. The recordings are the ones that are particularly both annoying and reportable, especially if they're interstate. So later we're going to make sure you want to find out where they're calling from first. Then there's the voice live versions. The contractors are particularly annoying, will not let go, like bulldogs, interrupt, which they're not supposed to do. Good luck on those. Then there's the home center. I've looked this up. A lot of suits against them. Notice they never have an address or a phone number. And they seem to get really dumb people. And we're calling from the home center. "Hi, how are you doing today?" I think they're finding out whether or not you're actually cogent. And if you're not cogent, then they know they got a sucker. And then there's the Go Green. At least we have this in California. I must have got this 50 times. And it's some kind of ecology solar panel nonsense. They're rapacious. Then there are the charities. Now, I know charities are not reportable, but I am noting the childhood leukemia because they're under indictment. And boy, they're a real rugged outfit. And then there's my least or most favorite, as you will see, is the Microsoft Windows department. And they call up saying that they've detected a problem with your computer and they want to take control of it to help you. It's something like hit the Control R or something, and you don't ever want to do that. Never give them information. They're really dumb. And they always speak with a South Asian accent. I record these. I must have done this a half dozen times. I put them on the internet and monetize them. So I get paid. I have lots of fun with them. You can just string them along. They are so clueless. What are you going to do? Well, you can register for the Do Not Call list, which has not proven to be very effective. But I like to do so because, when you do get that legitimate claim, and if should ever there be monies coming from it, sooner or later, that at least A, you got it off your chest, and B, you never know. I've gotten some payments. So let's see. The number 1-888-382-1222. Or notice it's 1-888-FTC 1222. I should point out, I'm just doing this as a public service. I'm a consumer affairs advocate. No liability to be inferred or implied. Well, what are you going to do? First time you're going to register your number, 1-888-382 1222. First time, number 1 on the menu to register your number. Subsequently, number 3 on the menu to report one of these calls. Let's see. Subsequently, you're going to provide your number, entering it, the date in a double-digit sequence, month, day, year. The time, that's kind of new, in an hour, month, double-digit sequence, 1 or 2 for AM, PM. And then you're going to hit 1 or 2 for if it's a recording. 1 for yes, otherwise 2 for a live person. Do you have their number? Enter it. Good luck on that, A, if you get it, or B, if even it's correct, with a phishing, spoofing, whatever. And their name, or at least whatever you can do to identify them. That's why I like to get that location. That's important. And have you dealt with them before in the past? Invariably, you'll say no, number 2. Have you asked them to stop calling? Yes, that's a 1. And if you want, you can provide your name and address. I like to do that once in a while. You never know when you're going to win a lawsuit here. And any comments. I put the threatening comments in there because it seems like that's a smart thing to do. And I should also point out, again, I'm just doing this as a public service. No liability to be implied or inferred. Now, what do you do when you do get one of these calls? You want to start off by finding out where they're located. You may have to go through the menu. Most people recommend you just hang up. Well, maybe. It didn't work for me. And let's see. Where they're located, name of their company. They're supposed to do that by law. If you can get this far, you can probably request that they no longer call you. Good luck on that one. Request them to hang up and release the line. And there you're going to find out whether they are a real problem. You know, if they interrupt you during that request, that's a violation of telemarketing rules. They do have rules. If they harass you, threaten you, that is a specific additional violation. In California, it happens to be in the code number 653M. And if you really want to push it and they're still bothering you, advise them of a possible civil liability. How about $500? And record them. I do that, and on the particular ones from the Windows technical department, I put them on the internet and monetize them. How's that for the old switcheroo? Well, this may not be the most effective sequence because I haven't found any others that are better, but at least you have a possibility of trying to solve the problem and you actually feel better.